Medium to the marrow, keeping out of sight, where we all grow into new flow. Sunset spilling out, light leaks on the pavement, shadows blacking out, punk rock and pagan, dancing like a kid, stepping on the stage.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So we've got some news and it's not good. Basically, OpenSea sent out an email regarding all of these Bored Apes and actually any NFT being purchased for well below the floor, because these bids that were placed a while ago, they're actually not removed, so people are able to purchase them from old listings, and if people are even trying to cancel them, they can be front run by Flashbots, which is basically a custom RPC. We're gonna talk about that first because it's actually really crappy to see that stuff, and so I'll bring in the other guys and we'll jump into that first. All right, yo, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Yo.
Yeah, so I was just basically seeing all these people lose out on these apes. Not cool. And so that email that was sent out has kind of exasperated the issue.
Yeah. Well, basically, man. And one thing that's really cool to notice that I want to say yesterday was the highest volume, or the second highest volume day ever in NFT history so far.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Obviously, OpenSea being the main proponent of or the main place where all that volume gets traded. And I'm sure everyone at this point has heard about the glitch. Basically, from my understanding, if someone had, let's just say, an ape, right? And they listed it for 5 ETH back in the day, and then they said, you know what? Forget this, I'm gonna put this thing on ice, and then they went and they put it on cold storage. When that asset is transferred back to their MetaMask, it is basically automatically
back to the original wallet. It doesn't matter which wallet.
Yep, exactly. Back to the original wallet, to the original MetaMask wallet where that first sell order was put. When it gets transferred back, that sell order is still active and still valid. Now, this doesn't come in the form of like a listing for 2 ETH or 5 ETH. Like, you're not going to see them get listed for way under floor, but anyone that knows what they're doing, that's able to scrape the OpenSea, all these different APIs and whatnot and collections, they can find these sell orders that are way under floor, and they're getting purchased for way under floor, and then obviously just being dumped for huge profits. So the updates on this, couple guys in the community actually built out, using Flashbots and other resources, they built out a bot that's effectively sniping these sell orders, and he is returning them to the owners for costs. So that guy is the absolute GOAT. He's the hero that we didn't deserve, for sure. So shout out to him. I want to say his Twitter is someone ETH. But the newest update is that OpenSea was obviously made aware of the issue. This started to really be prominent on this Monday, so just 3 days ago. OpenSea was made aware of the issue. They created a way to cancel your listings from just the website itself, and then they sent an cancel any outstanding listings, I should say. And then they emailed every single user saying, hey, this is urgent, make sure to go and cancel your old listings, etc., etc. Everyone was like, okay, cool, they took care of it. And then ultimately what ended up happening, I want to be accurate in how I describe this, but basically I will read it. I'm just going to read verbatim from this thread. After receiving the email from OpenSea, Swolfcham went to cancel his inactive listings. He started with canceling the 15th listing, which successfully confirmed and blocked blah blah blah. He then went to cancel the 6 ETH listing, which is where things went very wrong. When canceling the 6 ETH listing, an exploiter saw the cancellation transaction waiting in the ETH mempool and executed a sale of the NFT for 6 ETH in the same block by front-running the cancellation using Flashbot's RPC. So basically, you're handing out your NFT listing details on a silver platter to be front-run by canceling via the way that OpenSea is provided right now. So the problem is far from over. We just saw literally an hour before starting this show, there was a Bored Ape that was maybe 3-4 hours ago now. There was a Bored Ape sold for 2 Ethereum. It was not scooped by the recovery bot or anything. It was just a random guy botting it. And then he took the highest offer, which was 82 ETH. So that guy got totally shafted. So it's very much still a problem right now.
Yeah, the one that was purchased an hour ago at $15.99, that was actually purchased by that individual who's giving them back to the owners. So that
Nice.
one is safe. But yeah, the one that was sold for 2 is not safe. So
Yep.
you missed that one. Yeah, so they can have several. That guy got in trouble because he had a 15. When you cancel one, there can be more than one that you need to cancel. And so when that guy canceled the one, and then there was the lower one for 2 ETH, he needed to cancel that one too. And it probably, the person was like watching for this guy who's gonna have to cancel it multiple times. So yeah, that doesn't help. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I would be freaking out if that happened to me, especially if I was just, waiting patiently. I heard about the problem. Okay, now OpenSea has now sent me an email saying the problem's fixed. This is how you fix it. And then I just did what they said, and then my shit got front run and taken from me, man. I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
Especially if it's an ape. Like, come on, those you're losing out on like hundreds of thousands of dollars at that point. It's pretty awful.
Yeah, if I was looking to sell, I would literally just throw it onto a random new wallet and just list it for sale from there, to not even bother with old wallets. But yeah, sucks. Okay, let's get into Fishy Fam. AD had called Fishy Fam. You want to talk about Fishy Fam?
Sure.
Dropping.
So this was kind of a interesting project. The art sort of reminded me of Cool Cats. So I kind of thought it would do pretty well. Whitelist Mint actually ended up having an exploit where whitelist minters were able to mint a max of 3 per TX per wallet. So they were just transferring the tokens out of their wallet after minting and then could go back and mint more. So that was a big exploit that obviously people quickly took advantage of. Though the mint never went to the public because of this. It sold out quite quickly. Some of our members, we were sort of live calling this as it was going down. The floor opened, I believe, at like 1 ETH and it went all the way down to 0.3. So we were sort of advising members on how to enter. Some members got in below 0.3 using like sniping bots. Some of them were able to enter around like 0.3, 0.4. The floor rose back up to like 0.6. And I want to say right now it's around like 0.5. I'm personally not really following this project much anymore. I wasn't able to take any of those entries that I was advising the members about, but I know McKay did take an entry, so he can talk about what his plan is there.
Yeah, so floor's still 0.6. It kind of recovered. I think so. A couple of things. One, as far as the volume goes yesterday, it was insane right after the mint. Like Aiden said, it did get below. I mean, it did get to 0.3, but really, you couldn't go and buy anything until you got to 0.5 or 0.6, and even the guys who were going manually and starting transactions at 0.5 weren't actually able. They were just failed transactions because you had bots, I assume like Breeze, and a few others who were just constantly scraping the site, and people were running them for I assume 0.5 or 0.4 and below, and just wiping them out. There ended up being FUD after the release. What happened, as far as the contract goes, I looked a lot into it last night. They had some guy write the contract who was experienced, and then some random dude from their Discord audit the contract, which is abnormal and not something that many of these projects do. A lot of them will not only have one guy audit the project who's credible, but they'll have multiple dudes audit these contracts who are credible and reliable. They had one dude audit it. Basically, very simple. In their mint contract, they had a counter. The counter was to see how many of this NFT you had before minting and how many you had after. So all the issue was that the counter wouldn't keep track via signature once you have previously minted. So when you went to start a new transaction, if you had transferred out the NFTs to a new wallet, it said, okay, there is currently 0 of this NFT in the wallet right now. They are allowed to mint 3 more. And someone found that exploit and they took full advantage of it. The limit for whitelist would have been 3. And so the count would have possibly sold out anyways. The issue in the FUD came because it wasn't a hard whitelist to get on, but there were a lot of guys from this project who were brand new to the NFT space and did get whitelisted, and about 10% of the total whitelist wasn't even able to mint. And then things kind of fell apart. They said the art was stolen. The artist had a Twitter space that was just as big as the Twitter space that the official project was doing, telling his side of the story, and it got super messy. I'm honestly surprised the floor is still at 0.6. I think if this was executed better, it'd probably be around 1, but it was really messy. The volume never slowed down. That's what's interesting. There were still, even last night after, while all these Twitter spaces were going on, 70 sales in 3 minutes or something like that. So, I mean, the volume was always there.
Gotcha.
What's your plan, McKay, with yours?
I think my plan's probably to exit today. I don't think I need to be holding this. I think that the FUD's just really tough. We were listening to the owner of Fishy Fam talk, and like he sounded really stressed in that call last night, but I don't know. I don't think I was a really big fan of how he was speaking about the project and about his supporters of the project. So I don't know if that just came out of stress or what that was, but I think I got to get out of the project.
For sure.
Get the profit and run.
Linus in chat. For those that are just joining us, we talked a lot, just opened up with the OpenSea exploit. Linus just said, would you say it's wrong to exploit bot? So to actually be one of the people running a bot on OpenSea, knowing full well what they're trying to exploit. Well, that's a tough one to answer. Me personally, I don't think it's a huge moral issue because it's OpenSea's issue that they know about and hasn't been fixed yet.
It's not OpenSea's issue though.
It's the blockchain. It's
nothing
right?
to do with OpenSea. It's nothing they can change.
It's just the way the blockchain works. Yeah.
It's not going to be something. Yeah, they might be able to implement something that can like adjust something on the blockchain, but it's a blockchain issue.
Right. So do I think it's wrong? It's definitely not the proudest way to make money, but I wouldn't say that it's like grossly immoral or anything like that. I mean, if someone's gonna do it, someone's gonna be sniping those and buying them. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's my opinion there. Cool.
Yeah.
That's Flashbots is crazy because I'm pretty sure, Vince, like, this entire thing's automated. I don't think there's any part of this that's being
yeah, it's
done
all
easily.
automated. These guys are privately botting this stuff, and they're not gonna stop because the reward is crazy. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but obviously now there's that one guy who's helping to recover them, but it'll just become more and more competitive as more and more developers, see how much money there is here, and they'll, and they're not just running on Bored Apes, they're running on all kinds of collections where they can make even half an ETH, 1 ETH on people messing up. So
exactly.
Okay, Catch King was next up. This is actually a project Garrett had found. It's on Magic Eden. And
yeah.
Go ahead.
They mint, the public mints at 3:20 p.m. It's a Solana drop, of course. The majority of the supply did go to whitelist. I want to say it was about 75% last time we looked.
Yeah.
But play to earn game, 0.99 soul cost, about 5,500 total supply. I think they're definitely a send, and you should make some money if you hit off Launchpad.
Cool. Yeah, these there was a sailor. Let me see if I can find it. There's a sailor NFT that we got for free on Solana a while back. Let's see what they're called. They've actually gone up.
The farmers or not the
crypto
farmers?
captains. No, crypto captains. Let's see if they're on here. They just look pretty similar.
Soul Story just said remnants were such a good call. They're starting to boom. Thank you for that. Hell yeah,
Hey.
bro. Remnants are fired. They're at like a 7.6 soul floor right now. So
And we
I've
paid
still
for
got
it.
mine, dude.
they're rocketing. They're doing really, really well.
I think I still have mine. Let me see. I may not. I may have sold it. I don't remember.
Remnant.
But yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah,
Glad
I
that worked
sold
out.
like 4 or 5 of these. Oh my gosh, 7.4, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
bro.
paid 0.8. That's insane.
Wow.
We just minted them, yeah. Oh yeah, I still have mine. Let's go, boys.
Let's
You gotta
go,
win,
man.
I
dude.
sold mine for 2.5.
That's
Blow
crazy.
that into another Azuki.
Did you see the Baruku dragons are almost 400 now? We talked about
I
them
saw they were
yesterday at
like
like 30, 360.
Yeah, dude. I was looking at them yesterday. It's
385.
insane.
Yeah.
Wow. You want to talk about MoonPay adding credit card support for NFTs? I think that's pretty cool news. Yeah. So
Yeah.
is this the first? This is the first place where you'll be able to buy NFTs with credit cards, correct?
Yeah,
Correct.
and Coinbase is right on their heels. They're going to be doing that too, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
huge.
But
Yeah,
this
it
is
is
the
huge.
first place where
Mm-hmm.
they've allowed the merchant to and the distributor of the project to do it, because what MoonPay basically added was an extension or a module that you can put into like the front end of a website, and they will take a small fee and process a credit card for you and then send you the ETH, if that makes sense. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
they're like a middleman. Yeah,
So
they're almost like a
we can
Stripe.
see projects utilize. So it's not just for buying aftermarket. This is projects could be
Minting.
utilizing this payment
Exactly.
processor for minting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's like
cool.
a Stripe type thing. Yeah.
Really cool. Obviously, that is stuff that helps the public that aren't into NFTs be able to easily access and purchase NFTs. So that's,
Every day,
that's
man,
good.
it's just bigger news like YouTube integration, Instagram integration. This billion-dollar company's investing. Today, Nike hired a metaverse director, right? Or they're actively hiring for a metaverse director. Every single day, the world moves more towards this space. So we are in the right spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long it
Vishwa
lasts.
said, Free Guy's floor is jumping up and down. What do y'all think it'll go to? I'm not actually sure what the floor is right now. I haven't seen the floor yet. I really like the Free Guys though,
Ascended.
and they're
Free
free.
guys. Yeah, you can't beat that. Floor's linked in the channel. Let me see. I know Whitelist is minting now, but they can only mint 1 per TX.
Right.
0.35, 0.3 floor.
Okay.
It's really
good.
Not
interesting.
bad for a free mint.
Yeah, expect gas wars, man, to be honest, because if these are going for a 0.35 floor and it's totally free, people are gonna be all over this thing.
What's the
Any
open
idea
season?
on? Yeah.
Ascended
on
is
supply.
one that came through. Someone asked about this. It came through, and we actually looked at it late last night. There was like 2,000 or 3,000 left to be minted, I think. It was in our popular mint, I believe, or something. I was able to grab 2, and then I think by the time Garrett might have tried or something, they were already sold out.
Yep.
This one, I honestly haven't even done any research on. I looked like if I was gonna sell earlier today, but I don't know what they're gonna be doing. I thought the art was really cool when I saw it, so that's why I thought it would be a good one to mint. But I haven't done any sort of research on what they're doing. Yeah, they have tokens. It looks like a VR game. I mean, I don't buy into these roadmaps. I just try to flip for profit. So,
For sure.
but I mean, with low entry on something like that, I like to hold one of, like, if I were to get 2, I'd hold 1. So I don't know.
Rady just said Robo Uga floor is down pretty bad. Will they bounce back? Yeah, I really do think so, man. I personally have bought more into the project, kind of doubled down. You'll see the percentage of staked items is going up and up, and like the supply that's actually for sale is still really low at any given time. So yeah, my philosophy with that, man, it's still above where we entered at, obviously. I mean, we saw peaks of a 1.5 floor for the Robo Ugas, which is awesome. I'm still really bullish. I think that it's the only project that's functioning with no exploits like this. The game's working well. People are having fun with it. It's really addicting. And it won't take much, man. Like, there's really no influencer attention or marketing on this right now. So that's what I mean by just a little bit of momentum can move a project like this a lot, very, very quickly. So yeah, I'm bullish. I've still been, using my tokens to mint more. I haven't sold any, haven't sold a single one. I have several available in my wallet, so I can kind of like cost average my exits for whenever the floor does pump up to a high number that I'm comfortable with. But yeah, as of right now, man, me personally, just holding strong.
So Garrett, with Ugas, there's no like beanie equivalent for what, right? No one.
Correct. Yeah, there's no like lead influencer that's like moving the project around or anything like that. It's really community driven. I mean, they've got a really, really active Discord at this point. Their whole ecosystem is working really flawlessly. So yeah, man, I really don't think it's going to take much to move these. Jake asked, do you guys plan on buying in a raid party? Hell yeah, man. Those guys are crushing it. If I can get some sort of whitelist, that'll be amazing. If not, gonna be watching the aftermarket closely. I think they're great.
They're going insane. Last night they did some retweet competition for just a few whitelist spots, and it had 8,000 retweets in 5 minutes, which is just nuts.
They have
Insane.
They have a lot.
What are your thoughts on Frankenpunks?
Collaborations too.
I sold pre-reveal. I don't love them. I don't see the art. I mean, the art's pretty cool, but I just don't love them personally. After seeing the reveal, I didn't really connect with them much.
The mecha apes scare me, dude, because of the supply.
I've got 7 staked, and then I've got 3 available to just in my OpenSea wallet. So right now I'm still just trying to mint as many as possible, man, and just be ready to exit on a few of them for whenever the floor pumps. Yeah, yep, supply will double from current numbers. Cringe. Right. Yeah. I think I saw a metric Vince, I think I saw a metric just yesterday or maybe the day prior that actually showed, and of course users, like you said, on Coinbase is way more, but I think volume, total USD volume on OpenSea has actually been edging out Coinbase daily volume a couple days recently, which is an insanely impressive feat. Oh, I found what I was referencing. I can send you the article here. OpenSea surpasses 3.5 billion in monthly Ether trading, setting new all-time high. Where does it talk about Coinbase? Times. And that's just ETH on. Right. Yeah, I'd be curious. I just want to find and probably for tomorrow's episode I'll be able to reference what I'm thinking about. But yeah, there's just really impressive metrics showing that basic. Oh, and another one. I think this may have actually been what I was thinking, which is totally different. But NFT searches in search engines and all derivative searches. So really crazy.
Can you guys hear me in the Discord?
Someone just
Yeah.
yeah, I
Did
hear
it go
you.
out for a minute?
Someone just messaged me and said you were muted on the stream.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they heard, but we were talking about volume, daily volume, and we were talking about just
Vince,
like what?
You are muted on the stream.
Is it muted in the stream right now?
There's a little bit of a lag.
I think
but...
it's good now if you guys can hear me.
Okay. Oh yeah, look, people are saying
I think
you're
it's
muted,
good.
Vince, for missing everything. All right, cool. Vince should be back now.
I hope it's back. We were talking about daily volume, and is it broken still?
Yeah, it's still broken.
What? It shows audio. Huh.
We've hit all the topics, or the big ones at least. Been about
We still
30
have Matt
minutes.
here.
Audio
We do have
input.
Matt here. I know Matt wanted to talk some.
Yeah, I want to do that
vinyl stuff
too.
with Matt.
Yeah.
Vince, if you want, I could just kind of segue into that with Matt while you're.
Yeah,
doing
I'm gonna
whatever.
try to screw with this for a minute.
Cool. Matt, are you here?
I'm here.
All right, cool. Oh man, we can hear you now. Oh, you've been muted the last 5 minutes, so Vince is back. Could you guys hear any of us
Oh,
in
wow.
chat? Could you guys hear me, or like was it just Vince that was muted?
They would
Yeah,
have been
sorry
able
about
to hear you because it picks up desktop audio. So,
Okay.
we were talking about OpenSea volume. We were talking about how the daily volume and the users, the amount of users is 54,000 a day that are doing transactions. It's almost double what it was 3 or 4 months ago. It used to be 30,000 when we used to check that. And then we were talking about daily volume. There's $205 million in Ethereum being transacted. On Coinbase, you have 928 million. So it's about a fourth of the volume of Coinbase. And so we were just saying that it kind of like all these celebrities getting into NFTs is something that I don't personally like to see. But there's so many more users that are going to be onboarded with MoonPay adding credit cards, Coinbase adding NFTs, and they're going to be using credit cards that I'm not going to say this is a top at all, because there's so many more people coming in and the interest in NFTs is crazy. I saw a chart yesterday. You guys probably saw this too. The amount of searches for in Asia for NFTs has skyrocketed. So
It's
that
exceeded
interest,
searches for crypto.
yeah, that interest is insane. So again, I think we're in the right place. I am cautious overall with everything, as we've talked about, just the overall every market. But I think NFTs is a solid place to be right now.
100% agreed.
What was the next thing you were about to talk about, Garrett?
Well, I was just talking about some of
vinyl.
those metrics and data, and we were gonna talk vinyl with Maddie.
Yeah, let's talk vinyl. Let's pull up the Grateful Dead would have been a big one that we just hit. But Matt, I'll give you the floor and you can talk about those Davies. Can you hear us, Matt?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. I'm ready to hear it. What's your pitch on vinyl? What's news,
So,
reviews?
so basically, I don't think. Have you guys ever covered vinyl on a podcast before, or is this the first time?
Just real
We've
quickly,
covered-
we cover some of the cooks, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but
like
not a
good
lot.
releases.
Gotcha. Well, because we're in January, so the music industry is broken down into 4 quarters, and right now we're in Q1. So we should be expecting a lot of pre-orders for stuff, because right now vinyl is backed up until October. That's the earliest pressing plants will start shipping out vinyl to their customers. So a lot of bands are putting out stuff in the fall. That's a huge time for artists to drop music. So we should be expecting a lot of pre-orders coming up within the next couple weeks, months. A lot of good stuff. I mean, we just got the repress of City and Color yesterday, or was it 2 days ago?
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, massive. It's a lot of indie rock bands like that just absolutely murder with like fan bases you wouldn't even know about. The Grateful Dead stuff, I would expect to see some of those, that Dave's picks that Vince pulled up for Baltimore. The CD version came out. That one was out of 25,000?
25,000. Yeah, sold out so quick for that many too.
Yeah, and those are going for $50+ when the CD costs $28.98. So, and they will only go up if you want to sit and hold. Right now they're going for $50 because people are just trying to get rid of them and just trying to take the quick cash and run. You wait like a month or two, that thing's going to go over $100. And the vinyl should drop any day or week now, because that one's going to be, if it's like the last one, it's out of 5,000, and I think they were only $50 last drop. So that's going to go for, you know, they're the ones we currently got, we're waiting on, of the Dave's Picks vinyl. Those are going for over $400 right now. So
Crazy.
yeah,
Hey,
this
Matt.
one. What's up?
Okay, question for you. So with vinyls, like we're seeing all these represses, right? I feel like in the past couple weeks, like you said, we've been posting more represses than like first releases. Are those represses something we expect to happen all year long, or do they do those in waves? Like, what's the repress process look like?
Repress process is usually a wave thing. Depending on the album, it could take years to get repressed. It could take months. Like right now, the biggest one that is churning money and I expect the money to slow down is Turnstile. So that one keeps getting repressed on black. Because of that, there's like no set number of black records. However, if a repress comes out and it's a limited edition repress, absolutely hop on that for anything that has made money in the past. But you just have to realize that it may take a little bit. You may have to sit on it for a little bit. Some stuff will be a slam dunk. Like City and Color, the one we just hit, that was a repress.
Mhm.
It last was repressed in 2016. So it was 6 years later. It really depends on the artist and the label on when they want to repress something. But for modern titles, current releases, new releases, you could say, it's definitely something that you have to be weary of because it's not as coveted unless it's a massive artist that, you know, collectors just buy everything of. But again, you just have to realize you may need to sit on it. Not every repress is going to be an immediate, you know, slam dunk cash cow like Turnstile. If they do come out with some colored variants coming up, definitely grab those.
Yeah,
But
I
the
bet
black
they do.
ones, as soon as you can get rid of them for any sort of profit, get rid of them for any sort of profit.
Yeah.
Those in particular are moving really well on Amazon right now. I sold out of all of mine already. They flew.
Gotta love it.
It's like a balancing act from what I've kind of learned. It's like if you're gonna get the black ones, you've got to kind of figure out when to sell in case they do repress. I learned that from the Turnstile.
Yes.
So like and like today we had the Avicii restock, and those are obviously being repressed, and it's such a popular album that with it being black it'll still sell, but I'm hoping that I can hold it for 3 or 4 months and do better than a 2x, but not hold it too long.
It's also Avicii, so like Avicii's not a big vinyl guy. Like those, Turnstile's a punk rock band where vinyl is huge. But an
Right.
artist like Avicii, or when we did Zoo, like I want to say that was a year ago now. Those guys don't press their records that often,
Mhm.
so even if it's just a standard black one, which they may repress a couple years from now, it's still going to be a specific year's repress, and it's still going to, for EDM artists, for the most part, it's still probably going to do pretty well for you. But like you said, it is a balancing act, so you may need to wait like a month
Yeah.
or two, or who knows if he doesn't repress it for a year. But you never know. You truly never know when a label is going to repress something. So if you're seeing for sure profit, just take the for sure profit.
Mm-hmm.
Put that profit into another new release that's going to drop the next week, because vinyl doesn't stop dropping. It comes out every week.
Right. Every day, I think we probably posted a vinyl every day the past 3 months, I'd say. Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not. With
So-
Sundays, but-
So the music group that these artists are with have full permission to repress as much as they want, like UMG or anyone else.
Yeah, so the music industry is basically broken down into like 4 or 5 big like publishers who own everything, corporations I should say.
Mhm.
And it's like Sony, UMG, Universal, unless I think that's UMG. There's like 4 of them, and I can't think of all of them right now because I've only been up for an hour and a half. But basically, they
Go ahead, Maddie.
yeah. So anyway, they basically either press it themselves or they license it out to smaller labels who will repress it. And
Yo, why are you taking our heater? Which ones? Oh, okay.
as of recently, right now, there's a record by my favorite band of all time called AFI. They have a record that hasn't been pressed since 2003 called Sing the Sorrow, and it keeps getting a boot repress, and those things are going for $125, $150, and the cost is only $30.
Wow.
So, yeah, bootlegs is a huge thing to keep an eye on. Specifically, the one site that is always posting them every week is Rollin' Rex, and that is something our members should be keeping an eye on every Friday, is the Rollin' Rex drop, because they have an app as well, which they drop
Olin Rex. Oh, I've
specific
seen this,
records
dude.
to. Yeah, dude.
So
they
They
Roland
do the
Rex,
bootlegs, yeah.
do they
Yep.
not? Can they not get sued or face like liability for bootlegs?
Well, you can't get sued for selling a bootleg. You can get sued for pressing the bootleg. They'll go after the person who pressed it, but they won't go after the store that's selling it.
Got it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let
so
me-
whoever's pressing it is going through a pressing plant that, will press bootlegs, and they're going to these stores like Rollin' Rex. And if you guys have local record stores by you, I would check those out for these bootlegs, because a lot of them do get them. These guys just hit up record stores and are like, hey, I have X amount of copies of this record. They're doing really well online. Would your store like to buy some? And they'll usually buy like 5 to 10 of them and have them in stock.
Do you when you sell these on eBay, do you have to say it's like a bootleg or something? Can you do
No.
that?
I normally don't say anything, because I think if you're buying the record, people just know,
I see.
because you can't sell them on Discogs
Yeah.
because it's unauthorized. So if
Okay.
you're selling it on eBay, they just kind of, they just know. I usually will type in the description, like European import or whatever,
Oh, got you. Yeah.
because that's usually what
What
they
it
are.
is,
They
yeah.
they're just coming from Europe.
Yeah, I have a Lana like that. Some Lana Del Rey one.
Nice.
Is
Yeah.
that more of like a loophole technique or like an official one? And I only asked because I had a member one time DM me about a Frank Ocean bootleg. I think he had bought them and tried to list them on eBay, and they actually took it down.
Yeah, they did that to
Just-
mine too.
Just to play devil's advocate here and give everyone like the full scope of it. Do you know anything about that?
So, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but I would say,
I think it has to
just
do with
to-
the listing. You have to make sure you list it properly.
yeah, I would go
So
with
it's
that.
not like
But it
official.
doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt your value if you type unofficial pressing in the unofficial release in your description. People are still going to buy it, because that's why they're bootlegging them in the first place, is because people
So much
want this
demand,
stuff
yeah.
on vinyl. Yeah, they want it on vinyl no matter what. Like, I think is this Take Care official? Yeah, it is. Okay. But yeah, man, like, people just want the record. And like a lot of collectors just love like the multiple variants. And sometimes, believe it or not, the bootlegs sound better than the actual official pressings.
Because they just
That's
use
funny.
a better press, like a different, like better vinyl.
Either a better press, or they will literally rip the CD into WAV
so
files.
I see, yeah.
Instead of MP3s. So it all depends on the source material. So if you're WAV is lossless. So if you're sending a WAV file, it's going to be, a lot of labels have been like very lazy and just sending MP3s of a record, and it just sounds very compressed. It's just garbage, opposed to, you know, a WAV file, and it's just lossless audio, so it just sounds fantastic.
Got it. Sweet.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these smaller guys take their work very seriously compared to like the big labels, because they're just churning out what they can get out. Because just
Yeah,
gonna sell anyway, right?
Exactly. It's they don't care. Like they'll press 500,000 Adele copies of a record and not care at all, because at the end of the day, even though they'll sell maybe half of those, they're still going to churn out a profit, and they're making so much money off all the other stuff on their label that it doesn't matter to them.
Got it.
Interesting. And then as far as these these exclusive vinyls, so say there's a Target or an Urban Outfitters exclusive, is that something that like UMG or one of these big music groups will say, okay, we're going to allocate, this much to this storefront? Is that how that works?
Yeah, so basically they will go through a process of figuring out how much they're going to press in the first place. And then they're like, all right, we're going to give this amount on this variant to Target and make it a Target exclusive. I think Target will buy those from them and then sell them, as well as other stores. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Not positive, but basically, yeah, they plan it out with the store to make an exclusive pressing for that store and then release it.
Got it.
Sick. Anything
And a
else?
lot of those,
Yeah.
as we've seen, have done really well. But unfortunately, some of them, for certain artists, it's just a cash grab that they're hoping that will sell really well, and then just don't. When it's like a rarer record or something not as highly pressed, those are going to crush. Like Taylor Swift, their fans are going to buy anything, as we know. So any exclusive of her, you're buying immediately.
Yeah, we had a great deal on those, the Target 4 LPs, when you could get, I think you bought 2, got 1 free.
They were on sale. Yeah.
You
didn't
could
even
buy
know
2
about that.
vinyls. Yeah, we posted that. I have a bunch still, because you got that deal, and they move so fast if you list them on Amazon for like the lowest, but I'm keeping quite a bit.
And those were in stock the whole time, right, Vince? They were just
but you
a
didn't.
discount.
But they were in stock, but then they did a deal on any music where you bought 2, if you bought 2, you got 1 free. So then that
Sales?
opened
Got
up
it.
Target, or that opened up that vinyl to be a really good cook. So if you bought 100 of them, you're gonna make $2,000 or something. So
And whenever a company is doing a
$3,000.
sale like that, and there's limited vinyl, just buy it and sit on it. For example, we got like Hot Topic used to do a lot of exclusive vinyl. They were huge in the vinyl game about 10 years ago, and it would put records up on clearance for like $5. I bought a ton of records on there for $5, and just this year, because I got bored and like just went through all my doubles and extras of stuff I've been sitting on, I sold every single one I bought then for over $200.
crazy.
So if you see something on sale and it's an exclusive and it's very low priced, just buy it and sit on it. Put it in a corner. It's going to be like less than $20. It's the easiest, best investment you'll ever make. For $5 to $10 for a record to sell it for $200, like 2-3 years later, it's no brainer.
Yeah, I hold a bunch of stuff. A bunch. So
Yeah, Vince was always holding vinyls. There's
Big
a lot of
believer.
guys in our group who are just interested in flipping, but a lot of these you can do that too without any problems.
Yeah, I think there's going to be another big drop coming up within the next 2 weeks. That for those who bought those wrestling vinyl, that are they were like the wrestling album, or sorry, Full Metal the album, the WWF one. They were only $25, and they're selling on eBay for $150. They're dropping another release within the next 2 weeks. They posted about it yesterday, so definitely keep your eye out on that because that's guaranteed money.
Sick. I don't have anything else. That was
Me
a great
either.
rundown and a great kickoff. I think maybe we could have you on like every month or something if you wanted to. Just
Yeah,
to go
whatever you
over
guys
what's been
want.
going on, it'd be sick.
I love vinyl. I've been collecting since I was a kid, so this is it's definitely something I'm passionate about, and I'm very willing to help educate the masses on. Because no matter what, when I was younger and a collector, I used to hate flippers in the vinyl game because I just couldn't get the vinyl. But they're never going away, so you can't beat them, join them. So I did, and here I am.
Heck yeah, dude.
So
Let's go.
I will gladly educate anybody on it. And just remember that the plural form of vinyl is vinyl. There's no S at the end of vinyl.
There we go.
That's amazing.
We're gonna be saying vinyls though from here on out.
I'm aware.
Let's go. All right.
I just need the peace of mind that I told you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're
All right.
gonna have to dunk my head under the water because I'm not gonna learn it.
Gladly.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you, man.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
Okay, so a couple things before I don't have anything else, but a few questions here on your Ugas, Garrett. Doesn't matter on rarity at all, right?
Rarity doesn't matter. The only
Yeah.
rarity that does matter is on the mecha apes. There's a few different types on OpenSea. You'll see basic, which is the one that you'll mint, and then you'll see M1, M2, and M3. Those are the mecha apes that were that took two mecha apes and got merged together. And those M1, M2, and 3 are worth a lot more. So that's the only rarity to be aware of when you're on OpenSea. Other than that, the traits don't matter, especially on the Robo Ugas.
Makes sense. It's kind of like Wolf Game, where other than generation, you don't care how they look. Cool.
Yep, exactly.
And now I don't even know if that really matters. So, all right. Anything else you guys have today?
That's it from me, man.
Cool.
That's it.
Beanbag Friends was brought up, but I don't want to say anything about. I don't really know. Just seems like another
Wait.
project, to be honest.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Seems
I put
decent.
that in upcoming projects, I think, last week.
Okay.
So we're covering it. Nothing urgent though.
It looks like the person that brought it up said it does look like the Fishy Fam. So.
A little bit.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys. We will see you tomorrow.
Yep, till next time.
McKay's cut.